Hey guys, welcome back to another AQ3D news video. In this one, we're going over some of the most recent news. Clarion posted on Twitter saying new particle for the blinding starlight of Destiny's Spellforged effect. It's an additional hit and AoE cleave that scales with the attack used to trigger it, still tweaking numbers such as the proc chance and the damage percentage. So this is the effects of this, which is going to be right towards the end of the thing. So he groups everybody up here and then what is going on? Oh, okay, cool. So then the axes come down. Okay, so that is a visual effect. One of the comments was saying it wasn't a visual effect, but that looked really cool. One person said, "Where's the effects? I honestly couldn't even tell what you were showcasing." And he mentioned it happens right at the end, but you can clearly see the visual axes come down. So I'm not sure why he's saying, it said Warcraft 3 Starfall with axes, which I've never played the game, so I don't know, but it's a good effect. I like the effect. I don't see anything wrong with it. Somebody asked, when is the release? The release of this axe is July 3rd, so I mean, we're literally just a couple days away from that. Another person mentioned, this is unrelated to the axe, but with all these new particles, we need to think of the end device players. What about the team finally start working on some type of player hide option, like turning the surrounding players into loading wisps, maybe? Now, this is something that has been mentioned multiple times by multiple players. I honestly see this. Somebody else said that should be an option, at least to hide the other players. Setting it on lower quality, turning off pets and other settings helps, but it can still be bad in certain areas. So this is something that would be really good. I know this has been mentioned multiple times in the past, but nothing has been addressed by the devs regarding it. If we want to get crazy, here it is with the warrior Whirlwind and set it to 100% proc chance, which means that the effects will be happening every single time you attack. Let's watch the video and see. So right there, look at these animations. You've got those things flying down. That is really cool. He's attacking all of them, doing a whirlwind. Look at those things. Holy cow. It's just an infinite drop of axes from the sky slamming down. I think that is really cool. This really opens up the door to spell effects beyond what we have. I mean, this is a spell effect linked to the weapon just from a regular attack. This is next level. Like, we are stepping up the playing field when it comes to animations and effects and stuff, which I think is going to be really good. Logic asked, just extra damage? And Clarion said, for this weapon, yes. Here's some ideas: burn, stun, slow, haste increase 100%. So several different ideas of what can be done with certain stuff like this. And Clarion said, stuff like this is the plan. That's the overall idea. Someone said, is it possible to make scrolls for the weapon effect so players could embed them to their favorite weapon, just like AQ World enhancements? No, not currently, and no desire for that. Weapons will be balanced via the starts and the effects they have. You can always equip a weapon as a cosmetic if you wish to have the appearance of one weapon while having the effect of another. Okay, that's true. I'm worried how it'll affect the lag, especially in crowded rooms, and this is definitely a concern I can see. Ray Kari said, it looks very awesome. I agree with Xanter that server lag will be a trouble spot on crowded instances and will be a strong point of interest for troubleshooting, depending on how much it impacts the issue, which is something that should be tested, I think, on a larger thing. And then someone said, we really need a hide play. Here it is again. Another player saying we really need a hide players option. In other news, talking of Nolgath stuff, I'm still upset about all the missing content in the Nolgath finale, but I'm willing to wait a few years just like I did for Wolfwing, Atlantis, and other currently unfinished endings. I believe Clarion confirmed they'll be rolling out some more Nolgath stuff in the coming weeks. Clarion confirmed and said, yes, we are planning to release whatever unreleased Nolgath stuff is finished. I'm just uncertain when and how. Some of you guys might be aware that the horrific Shadow Reaper of Doom no longer requires a Nolgath item to craft it. One of the players posted here and said, why is the change to the horrific grind to completely remove the part that made it hard and add nothing to replace it? Like, I was expecting something to keep it at the same difficulty it was before. And Clarion said, it's not like you sacrificed anything when you made it because you got a voucher. None of this is current content anymore anyway. You have a big stat stick if you already have Nolgath weapons powered up. It was an unnecessary requirement that never should have been there. Besides, there are 2 Friday the 13th coming this year. I can already feel the doom spreading. And then he says, I'm not interested in keeping a massive grind that doesn't make sense lore-wise or gameplay-wise to punish new players into devoting time to farming a bunch of unrelated prerequisites. How are we expected to expand Doom stuff if it's like, go devote a month to Nolgath first? Shadow Reaper of Doom also serves as something you can work on at level 20. It's a great way to have another form of progression while leveling, and it is essentially the main villain of its own storyline, which may not be done yet. It's not like the grind to get to horrific Shadow Reaper of Doom is non-existent. There will be some new incarnations of Doom weapons and probably the horrific Shadow Reaper of Doom in the future. Again, I mentioned the multiple Friday the 13ths coming up. So essentially trying to separate Nolgath from the Doom so that they can continue with Doom updates. That's actually a very logical move, but I can understand some people who had to farm for that stuff just to get the horrific thing. I can understand some people being upset about it. I mean, it makes sense, but this is for the betterment of the game. One last thing I want to mention, Clarion posted and said it's going to be a little bit before we launch a new Saga. Now, the new Saga is the Sky Pirates. Blaze confirmed this is unrelated to the Sky Pirates in AQ World. This is a standalone Saga for AQ3D, so original and whatnot. But anyways, I'm really excited to work on this one. Need to fix existing issues before moving forward too much. So this is still in the pre-Saga stage. Artix wants to add Void chapters in between older sagas to really get the Void storyline more entwined into the game. This is probably something they're going to be focusing on before Sky Pirates. And somebody said, I thought Sky Pirates was coming soon, as in the summer. And Clarion said, I never said it was coming soon or in the summer. Someone said, I'm very happy you're going back and adding more Void and Vein into the storyline where it belongs. Nolgath definitely needs Void and Vein in it if we didn't even get to light up the portal rune in Babylon. Wait, we didn't even have a portal rune? Wow. Okay, yeah, every saga should have a portal. I should give you a rune for the Dragon Rune portal. That would make sense. When will Ashfall Guardian Tower be open to Guardians? That would be really cool. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. It seems like Guardian content is kind of a thing of the past, minus the small tweaks we do get. You know, we still do get things like we just got the Fiend Dricken travel form, which is really cool. That's a Guardian only. Newest Guardian edition that we got. But yeah, so there are some changes that they are going over, and I really like the direction that the game is going. But that is it for the news. What do you guys think of the changes coming, the Void chapters in between the older sagas? Let me know what you think about that. Do you think it's going to be better to have a more in-depth Void storyline involved with the rest of our game? Love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.